Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, Shelly's Millions. In today's unemployment update, I want to cover the 5 scenarios where you would qualify for a new California EDD unemployment claim, which should help you determine if you should apply for a new claim or not. Before I go into the 5 scenarios where your unemployment claim would continue, I do need to say something to those of you who are considering filing a totally new unemployment claim, and that is you need to have $1,400 in wages from a W-2 employer in the last 18 months. But in addition to that, you also need to have performed some work since filing your initial unemployment claim. And for those of you who are coming off of PUA unemployment claims and wondering if you should file a new claim, if you're a gig economy worker, if you're self-employed, if you didn't have enough wages from a W-2 employer to qualify for a regular UI claim when you originally filed for benefits, then unless something has changed with your situation and you do have wages from a W-2 employer and enough wages from a W-2 employer and have completed some work since you originally filed your old unemployment claim, then you wouldn't qualify for a new claim if you were to apply for one now. Here are the 5 scenarios where your unemployment benefits could continue in the state of California without the extra $300 weekly boost. You are going to need to know what program type you're currently on for most of these, and again, to find that, you're going to log on to your UI Online homepage, hit History, from there select Transactions. From there, you need to click the blue hyperlink on the right-hand side, and that should take you to a screen that shows what program type you're on. The first scenario where your benefits could continue for one extra week to the week ending September 11th would be if your program type says Fed Ed. But if your program type already says Fed Ed and you have been receiving payments under that program type, you have to go back through all of your transactions and see if you have already received 13 weeks of payments under that program type, because that program now only pays up to 13 weeks of benefits or the week ending September 11th, whichever is earlier. So if you've already received those 13 payments, you won't get an additional payment. If you have not already received 13 payments under that program type, then you potentially would get one more week of benefits under the Fed Ed program. The second scenario where your unemployment claim would continue for one additional week, the week ending September 11th, would be if your program type says UI, but your claim balance just hit 0 and you meet the earnings requirements, then you might qualify for that extra week of Fed Ed benefits. Or if you were on program type PEUC, Extension Tier 2, or Extension Tier 2 Augmentation, and you have not yet received 13 weeks of payments under the program type Fed Ed. A lot of people were actually put on to the program type Fed Ed back in September of 2020. And unfortunately, the only way that I know to check if you've received payments under the program type Fed Ed is to go back through all of your transactions and make sure that you haven't received 13 payments under the program type Fed Ed. You also need to meet the earnings requirements to qualify for that additional week. And I will link a video down in the description that goes into detail about how to check to see if you meet those earnings requirements. The third scenario where you can continue to collect unemployment benefits is if your program type says UI. If your program type says UI, you can continue to collect benefits until one of 3 things happens: until your claim balance reaches 0, until you return to work, or until your benefit year ends. Keep in mind that if your program type says UI right now, you won't be able to file a new unemployment claim and apply for a new claim until your benefit year ends, even if you're still unemployed. For example, a lot of people, their benefit year now ends in the year 2022. So if you're on program type UI, once your claim balance reaches 0, you won't be able to file a new claim until after your benefit year ends, whenever that is. The fourth scenario where your unemployment claim would continue is if you received a DNCP notice, Deferred New Claim Payment Notice. This would have been a notice that you already received when your old benefit year ended and you were asked to file a new claim. If you received this notice, then your new claim will start automatically starting September 5th, and you will then be able to collect benefits until your claim balance hits zero, until you return to work, or until your benefit year comes to an end. The California EDD is supposed to automatically start you on your new claim, and I figured out that the reason why a lot of you are uncertain if you received this DNCP notice or not is because the actual title of the notice says Notice of Eligibility to Remain on Pandemic Emergency Unemployment Compensation Extension. So this is an example of the notice that you would be looking for in your UI Online message inbox back when your original benefit year ended. The fifth way that you would be able to continue to collect unemployment benefits would be if your benefit year is over and you apply for a new claim and you qualify for that new claim. Unfortunately, a lot of us are not going to qualify even if we apply for a new claim, even if you have the $1,400 in wages over the last 18 months. The reason why a lot of us aren't going to qualify for those new claims is there is also something called fail lag, FAILLAG. You have to pass fail lag. And what that means is that there is a requirement that you need to have completed some work since first filing your original unemployment claim. And that's where most of us are going to run into trouble. Most of us have not been able to go back to work since filing our original unemployment claim, and that's why we're now hoping that we would qualify for a new claim. There's nothing that stops you from trying to apply for a new claim. I can personally tell you that I've had a couple of my employees who were approved for new claims, even though they haven't done work since first filing their original claim. So it's possible that if you applied, that the EDD would push the new claim through, but you're not supposed to qualify for that new claim if you haven't done any work since filing your original unemployment claim. Additionally, most of us have already recently filed new unemployment claims, and for most of us, we already didn't qualify when our benefit year ended, and that's why the EDD kept us on the extension to begin with. So again, unless something has changed since you tried to file a new claim when your benefit year ended, you wouldn't qualify for that new claim now. Please give this video a like, leave me any questions you have regarding filing a new claim or qualifying for a new unemployment claim in the comments down below. My plan is to start transitioning this channel more towards helping you write your resume, finding employment opportunities, budgeting, and improving your finances. I think one of the best ways that people can improve their finances long term is by investing. I know that can be a little scary. I know a lot of us don't have money for investing right now. But when you do, I really like the stock trading app, Webull, and when you use my link in the description down below, you get 2 free stocks after an initial deposit in any amount. So you can deposit $1 and you can qualify for 2 free stocks. If you use my link, let me know in the comments down below which 2 free stocks you got. Thank you so much for watching Shelly's Millions. I'll see you next time.